Hey everyone, C7B here, and this is going to be a special video because we are going to build together the 100 Gundam Barbatos, and this is a gold plating version. Some of you may notice that the box is a regular 100 Barbatos box, because it is a regular 100 Barbatos, but when we look inside, ooh, shiny. Well, this is not the official Bandai release of the gold plating Barbatos. I believe they only make the high-grade version of the gold plating. I had my friend do a gold plating treatment. The way he's doing the plating is by dipping the whole runner to a batch of chemical, which I don't know what it consists of. But I heard that this process can generate chemical heat and it can affect the plastic a little. And it can make some parts to be cut off the runner. So you can see some of the parts that's separated there. But the result of the plating is a bit thick and uneven in several areas. It's because I rushed him to do it, and the weather in my hometown has been awful lately, unpredictable, and it's mostly raining. And I think that affects the drying process. So when you can see the unevenness of the gold, just ignore it. I only plated 3 runners, the A runner and the twin B runners, and I left the inner frame and weapon runners as it is. The manual is of course the same as the regular Barbatos. And now let's build this. For you guys who's familiar with building iron-blooded orphans kits, either the HG-1144 or the 1100 are all started with building the inner frame first. That's the trademark of IBO kits. I deliberately leave the inner frame unpainted and unplated because I can do the detailing with my markers better like this. As you can see, I'm utilizing my bronze Sharpie again here. Another trademark of the IBO kits is that they have the stomach part that is just consists of a single column or rod, whatever you're calling it, and the column is supported by 2 pistons. That's it. Some traditional gunpla builders, when they saw this design, they've kinda dubbed this. Well, until now I still think the stomach area is a bit hollow, but yeah, I guess that's just the trademark of the design. If you saw my video right before this, that's the video where I wrecked my 100 Barbatos 6th form, you'll know how I like this Barbatos 4th form. Hint, I don't love it, but I don't hate it too. But in this form, I think the high-grade 1144 version is more superior than this 1100. The possibility is more versatile in the smaller form factor, and somehow the proportion of the HG version is also better. I feel that this 1100 is bulkier. What do you think? And that's the inner frame done. As you can see, just a bit detailing to the pistons with metallic markers can upgrade the looks of its inner frame. Those markers are perfect helpers for a lazy builder like me. And next, continuing with the speed build with attaching the armor parts. Now you can see how I am having a difficulty with the armor. Because of the thickness of the plating layer, I have to scrape some of the gold to make a perfect snap fit. So I think I will cut all the parts from the runners first, and then filing and sanding all the pegs and holes, and maybe just speed up the video a bit. There you can clearly see all the unevenness of the gold. Yeah, Now you can see I have already had my gold Gundam marker ready to the side there. The purpose of the Gundam marker is to fill the knob mark parts where I cut the parts of the runners, because it will leave a certain area with a white color instead of the gold, because the plating is not reached there. So I utilize my gold Gundam marker to fill that white parts, to camouflage it, to make it appear to be gold all over. Yeah, it's the same technique I've used with my other coated kits before. You can check my other video with my coated kits in my previous videos on my list. And now that's the whole gold armor attached. For those of you who have keen eyes, you're probably gonna see that the gold is not perfect. There are some blemishes here and there, but when you put it under the light and rotate it like this, it looks awesome. I love gold plated kits. And before you point the glaring mistakes and flaws in the kit, I guess I'll just beat you to it and pointing them myself. The backpack is not tightly snapped together. You can see a gap between the gold and dark gray parts there. The obvious gold blemishes on the shoulder armor, the chest and the skirt armor, and also minor unevenness on the foot and arm armors. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's good enough for me. I have a spare katana from the other 1/100 Barbatos, which I used the inner frame to build a second 100 cushion with, and I think I'll make this gold Barbatos a dual wielding katana type of mobile suit, like the Astray Red Frame Kai, if you will. So I intentionally left the big gun unbuilt and let the Barbatos wield dual sword like this. If you like the plating job, which can be improved obviously, I will post a link to my friend's Facebook page. He's the gold plater. He's got a wide range of color gamut to choose from if you want to plate your kit to him. It don't have to be a gunpla. He can do plastic carbodies, die-cast. Well, ask him yourself if what he can do. Mention my name when you ask about his work. You'll probably get a discount. Probably. The katanas, by the way, I'll plate it to chrome silver maybe after this to emulate the whole Astray red frame looks. Yeah, it probably good that way. And anyway, let's compare this gold Barbatos to the 1/100 Barbatos 6 form I did earlier. It's an opposite comparison, if you will. The one is shiny while the other is muddy and damaged. But they do look good together, don't they? The 6th form is obviously taller because of the high heels, and even bulkier because of the extra armors, especially on the chest and shoulders. And when I get my hands on the 1/100 Barbatos Lupus, I'll make sure to review the three of them together. But for now, just these two should be enough to be displayed on my shelf. More than enough, remembering the size of them. Overall, I rate this gold 1/100 Barbatos a measly 7.5 out of 10. The gold is good, even better if it's pristine and even coated. But the letdown is the kit itself. In the end of the day, it's still a no-grade 1/100. I think that's all for now, and I'll see you guys soon.